We're bringing you some great stories about conservation as we highlight the 2020 Environmental Stewardship Award winners. Now let's visit South Dakota for the Region 7 winner.
In the rolling hills of South Dakota's James River Valley, Brian and Jamie Johnson are raising their kids on the farm that has family roots going back more than a century.
My great-grandfather settled here in 1906, and so it's been passed down to the generations, and we farm with my parents, Alan and Mickie, and my wife Jamie, and all our 4 kids.
Brian and I are the 4th generation on this farm, so our kids will be the 5th generation of people living here and working the land. That's kind of one thing that we're really proud of, that it's always been owned and operated by the Johnson family.
Working together on the farm each day, Brian and Jamie are sharply focused on soil health, growing their crops and caring for their cow-calf herd in ways that build the sustainability of all their natural resources. The road to healthier soil began more than 3 decades ago when Brian's dad, Alan, decided to convert the operation to no-till.
In the spring of '86, I started no-tilling, and then basically is to save moisture, raise a crop, just conserve things. It has been a great thing to do for this farm.
We try not to disturb the soil at all. When we're planting, we don't disc or till anything. The same thing, we leave all the residue on the field after harvest. We don't bale corn stalks, we don't bale wheat. All that residue helps capture moisture for those dry years, which is really helpful, but it also helps feed the soil microbes.
By coupling their no-till practices with cover crops, the Johnsons have improved both water infiltration and soil health, making their land more productive. In addition, the cover crops and crop residue left after harvest provide a valuable added feed source that benefits both their cattle and the land.
We've been using cover crops for over 10 years, and we've really seen so much improvement in herd health and in soil health. So they really provide a lot of nutrients and diversity for your soil, but it's like giving your cattle a smorgasbord of salad bar goodness.
By having the grass acres that we do and being able to run cattle on these acres and then in turn run them on some crop acres as well in the fall, it increases our profitability, reduces our fertilizer costs, and everything just works hand in hand.
With their cattle, Brian and Jamie have worked to make continuous improvement. They've adopted artificial insemination to better time their calving season with available grazing, installed new water systems, and implemented rotational grazing to maximize the productivity of their grass.
Rotational grazing on our farm works great because it's a way to get the most out of the grass acres that we have available to us, but also improve the quality of those acres.
We're constantly monitoring each paddock to see how things look. And last year we put in an extensive well system with new water tanks to different paddocks of our pastures. So that really is going to make grazing a lot easier.
It amazes me, when we drive out here and check the pastures, and it's 2 months of growth that just is phenomenal. And Mother Nature had a part in it, but part of our system is a factor as well. And it's just a blessing.
In addition to taking steps to foster more diverse grasslands and healthier soils, the Johnsons have put some of their acres into the Conservation Reserve Program and created buffer strips to protect the creek that winds its way through the farm.
Timber Creek runs right through the center of our main pasture here on the farm, and so it's part of our management of our grazing lands and in the pasture here to maintain a clean water source there for us as well as the people downstream.
Where Timber Creek flows through our land is all in pasture. We don't farm anything up around that watershed. It's really important for us to have those grasses along those areas to act as that filter system to keep the water healthy.
They've been a great voice for soil health, a great voice for stewardship of the land. I wish we could work with more producers like this.
Without question, the Johnson family knows how to balance cattle, crops, and conservation. And each day, they're learning, improving, and passing on the lessons in stewardship that will ensure a sustainable future for their family and their land.
We're just here for a little bit, and it's to be passed on to the next generation, and so let's make it better. That's stewardship to me.
We're always striving to do better and be better for the land and for the next generation.
It's something that we believe in, and our kids have really caught on with it. When you drive through the pasture with them and they see the variety of grasses out here and the lushness of the forage that's available to the cows, they understand that stewardship pays off. Taking care of the land and the soil, it's a good thing, and they see the results at a very young age. This is what the dream looks like right here, living on the land and enjoying every minute of it.